Oh, she's so loud. How's everyone doing, guys? Ready for another? We're having a demo by Mike and Tyler today. Really exciting. It's going to be the second time we're seeing it, so it might probably go a little bit quicker. But yeah, let's get started on updates from where everyone's at. I've already just briefly spoken to Aubrey. Maybe Aubrey, Blake, and Matt could give us an update on their form.
Hi. So we're kind of continuing on with testing. I think like you just said, you talked to Aubrey. So we ran into some coding issues that we I think is mostly cleared up or will be cleared up soon. And there was some order issues with the template in our testing, so we're reordering it. So when you go through the interview, it's consistent with the template. Because right. So we're continuing on trying to fix our testing template right now because we had some things go wrong that we needed to correct. So.
Something occurred to me is that, so for example, Vinny and Mia, they are now changing their interview somewhat. Should the process be that they really update their template and then going forward, they're not going to update every single test. They're going to update their template and then make new tests, right? I'm looking at you, Michelle.
Yeah. The old tests have been run. You just update the template and move on to new tests. I'm hoping that we might switch to versioning at some point, but I know we haven't gone over that. So that would help us keep track of when we tested stuff before code changed. But okay. For now, just do new tests.
Yeah, so that's just I know that's not what Matt was saying that they're doing.
Old tests are historical, yeah.
Yeah, so just FYI for anyone who's doing testing, whatever you do, don't go back and change old tests. Just keep going forward, you're going to make new tests. We'll maybe have a meeting about that at some point this week or next week, Michelle, and try and firm up a workflow for that. Okay, that sounds good, guys. And as I said yesterday, we will demo yours next week once you've kind of gotten everything worked out. Okay, next on my thing is Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Tyler and Mike.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Sorry I was out last week. I was on vacation.
Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it was nice.
What did you do?
We were just down in Delaware on the beach, relaxing.
That's nice. That was really good. Okay, so we haven't spoken to you for a while. So Mike said that you've kind of taken over the testing. Have you reached a point where you need a review or anything like that?
Yeah, so Michelle reviewed it. I went over that today, and then now after this call, I plan on moving forward to the scenarios.
Okay, perfect. And then you guys are going to be demoing your interview today, so we'll see an update on that. But Mike, you've also been working on the debt docx, and I forgot to ask you about that yesterday, or perhaps I did, I can't remember. How is that going? We were kind of hoping, to get some feedback and see where you are with that, if you need any assistance.
I'm doing well on it right now. I'm kind of just a little busy with outside things like school stuff, but I've been working on it. I've been implementing some of our basic questions into it because the code he gave me wasn't really working for things like gathering like name and information. So I've just been like throwing some of the basic questions into it. And so once I get it to a point where it's like working, it's doing everything that I think it should be doing, then we can go through and kind of just edit it and see if it's doing what we want it to do.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, I know you're busy with other stuff. How long do you think, do you have a timeline in mind when we could estimate going through that?
Probably get at least the, not the COVID one, but the original one done this week.
Okay, so maybe we can put it on the slate for next week to have a run through next week. Yeah? Did I just freeze, or is everybody frozen?
No, you're good, Maeve.
You're good.
Michael, can we hear you? Michael might have frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. No, he's back.
Okay.
No, he's
Michael.
frozen. Oh, no, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I was saying we'll put you on the slate for next week to go through that.
All right. Yeah,
Perfect.
sounds good.
We look forward to seeing you guys demo in a little bit. Okay, and then we've got Sam, Mark, and Eric. How's it been going with you guys?
It's going pretty well, actually. Today was a big breakthrough day. Mark and I were just on a call with Aubrey for a good chunk of time, and all the calculations are set. Everything auto populates. Most of our form is filling in. We just kind of gotta keep on going with the loop stuff, and we're almost all set. So we definitely will be able to make that end of next week demoing time, but it might even be earlier than that.
Perfect. Well, I think let's just keep updated with that. And I think the other thing is we want to get a subject matter expert review of that before you demo, because that's kind of like the first stage of review. So you're doing the affidavit of indigency supplement. Do we know who we could do, who would be a suitable candidate to do SME review on that, guys?
I could. I've done it. I've used that form.
Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.
One of the things that I think would be useful down the line is to have affidavit of indigency coordinate with financial statement. So there are some expenses on the financial statement that aren't on the affidavit of indigency supplement, and there are some expenses on affidavit of indigency supplement that aren't on the financial statement, and you would do other in each of the, on the forms you would do other, but I think in the interviews it's helpful to include them because they help people think about them.
So ultimately, after MVP, you want to incorporate the financial statement, right? That's not MVP. Sorry, you're muted, Caroline.
Sorry, I just muted myself. Sorry. It's not incorporating so much. It's like there's three expenses that's on one, that are on one and are not on the other, and there are three that are on the other that are not on the one. And I don't think that would be I don't see why we couldn't include that in the MVP. I mean, we might not, but it's not a big deal.
Could I ask you to flag those specific, those vice versa ones, and just send them in a message to Eric, Mark, and Sam?
Yeah. Okay. And Kate, I'll just check with
and Kate as well.
Does that make sense to you, Kate?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So then what will happen is, I think maybe you guys said, hopefully you'll finish before the end of next week. Maybe if you aim for like midweek and you schedule something with Kate before then, which will allow you time to incorporate any changes that Kate suggests. And I know that the kind of things that Kate does suggest really are catch-all. She's a really good SME reviewer to run it through first time. And she's done a lot of SME reviews, so it's not, you're not going to have to explain the process to her. So hopefully that will be good. I think maybe if you guys could schedule that for like Tuesday or Wednesday next week, that might, if that's not putting too much time pressure on you guys.
Yeah, just given that we can finish figuring out the rest of the loop stuff, and we have a pretty good head start. I just kind of got to work around it. But yeah, once that's all set, probably Tuesday or Wednesday would work for us. So.
Okay, so I'll leave you guys to reach out to Kate. Do that SME review, and then we can get you guys up. I'll probably put you guys either end of next week or beginning of the third week for demoing. Okay, I'm excited to see what you guys created. Okay, and then we've got Eleni, James, Jason.
Hello.
Hi.
So we finished the corrections that you sent us, and I think we're ready for the next step.
So the next step is actually like writing the scenarios into the test cases.
Okay.
Okay, so that's, maybe what you could do is you could do another 3, each of you take one. Don't all take ones that are not going to produce PDFs, like so you guys can each take a full one, run it through, write the test case for it, and then in doing that you might find things within the template that I can speak from experience doing it myself, and also just watching Vinny and Mia do it. When you're actually writing the test case itself based on the scenario, you might find some stuff that's lacking or whatever, but hopefully not. So maybe the goal for before tomorrow is to each of you guys write a test case based on the scenario, assign those, and then we'll check in with you guys again tomorrow.
Okay, sounds
Just-
good.
Just as an expectation, expect to find things. As a programmer, generally speaking, it's better, like finding things is sometimes better than not finding them, because then at least you know you've taken care of them. But it's, yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I just want to, that's a very normal thing to find on thorough testing, that there might be some things you've missed. That's all.
So what I'm actually this is more towards you're finding things on the actual test template that you didn't account for.
I would say that happens too.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, well, that's good to hear, guys. Did we schedule a time for you guys to demo yet? I'm just having a look at my calendar that I roughly drew up yesterday. Or are we going to put you next week?
I think we talked about doing it like next Tuesday, maybe.
Okay. Tuesday. Got it. Okay. Another thing is, I know maybe are Nick and Jack on this call? Neither. Okay, I need to make a note to speak to them. Okay. Okay, Sinead and Finola.
Yeah, so we met with Mia today and we figured out kind of the problems we were having with the logic. So we figured that out in that call, and we've been kind of updating the test cases to reflect kind of that change. And that's what's been happening with us as we're writing the test cases. We're kind of finding things that we didn't account for.
Yeah.
And we're nearly finished writing them. So we're going to put it in the Slack channel when we're finished.
For people
and
to
then
run?
Yeah, we can kind of go through them then maybe and see what the next step is.
Okay. So wait, so you're writing the test cases based on the scenarios. So the next step would be for people to run those test cases and see if they pass or not pass.
Okay.
So in that case, what I think would be a good idea is also just to let us know in a meeting when you've done that, because then we can put a call out on this thing, and we can also put a call out in the testing channel, because it's nice just to get an array of people running those tests, and also just it splits the work for one person.
Well, I'm pretty sure we'll be finished writing them by tomorrow's stand-up.
Okay, perfect. That's a good goal. I like that. Okay. So then what we'll do is we'll just maybe ask everyone to just take, a test. Depends on how long it'll take to run them. Okay, good job, guys. Mia and Vinny.
So we've just been updating our code, and then we met with Kate right before this, and then we're meeting with Caroline after Teaching Tuesday to go over some language edits, and then I think we'll be ready for the demo tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. I'm really excited to see how you guys have implemented the comments that we made, and also the language changes that Caroline suggests. I think that it's important for us to, I uploaded the demo video yesterday, and I kind of rewatched it a little bit just to take some better notes. And it was a really useful experience for me to see what's going to get called out, because as I said, I think on the management call yesterday, it's going to be embarrassing if I go there with, after having seen somebody get feedback, and then show up and have exactly the same issues, because it's, a lot of the things that were mentioned in your call, I was like, oh, we have that language, whoops, or stuff like that. So I think that maybe tomorrow, if we go through and you just point out kind of things that Caroline suggested in terms of changing language, that might also be helpful. I think that these demos are really a beneficial time for us to, one, comment on other people's work, and two, also see how we can improve our own work. So I'm really grateful for you guys for stepping up first, and I'm excited to see Tyler and Mike doing it now. Okay, do we have anyone else here that we're missing? Everyone's spoken. Yeah. Just an update from the civil action cover sheet. I spoke to Caroline yesterday after our calls, and she managed to help us fix the code. So it's pulling through the PDF now. So now we've got 2 more fixes before we have SME review. And I think, Caroline, you said you were going to contact an SME. I did send you that email that I sent to Sandy with the 2 links that you might need.
Yeah, I did a call out to Mass Law Reform. I haven't gotten anything back from anybody. So I think we have to keep Twitter. Yeah, like Any Massachusetts attorneys practicing in Superior Court, please help.
They'd be like, what did you do?
It has to be civil.
Civil.
Oh, civil. Yeah.
I know
civil.
lots of attorneys practicing the Superior Court, but
Okay, sorry. Well, anyway, MLRI, they're all civil, so we're okay. But I did not do it. I did not tweet all Massachusetts attorneys.
Okay.
I don't know if I shared this with you guys before, David and Quentin. There is that We the Action group. Did I tell you about them? So far I haven't gotten anything useful out of them, but they do have, like, I don't know, 10,000 attorneys who are trying to do some pro bono stuff.
And it's Massachusetts specific, or
you
say
you say you need somebody Massachusetts specific. So that's We the Action, and then there's also what is it? It's not Fine Law. It's starts with an A. It was like Mass Legal Answers. You write to AVVO, AVVO.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And personally, I've had some very good responses from lawyers in Massachusetts and New Hampshire on AVVO. So even though the point of AVVO is to, find clients for lawyers, I think that would be a really good pool of resources, because I also, when I was pushing AVVO before we had for people who don't know, Mass Legal Answers is, if you're low income, it's an American Bar Association website program, but essentially if you're low income and it's on the honor system, you can ask lawyers, volunteer lawyers, about three legal issues a year, and they won't represent you, but you get free legal advice. So that's Mass Legal Answers. And AVVO is a much bigger website that hooks up clients and lawyers. However, I think you can ask a question, you get a first response from a lawyer, and then you can decide what your relationship is going to be from there. But that might be a place for our group, both. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's national, because if we are looking at our project being national, we could you can have a specific Massachusetts question, and then, it's luck of the draw, but, these people are all they've all passed the bar, whatever, certified. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm saying. And so that might be a place to look for stuff like the civil action cover sheet in Superior Court. I mean, I'm just saying that's another resource we could tap into that people might be interested in. And we could try Mass Legal Answers. We tried Brian Reichart.
Yeah, if we're at some point, if we're not getting what we need, I can also reach out to the faculty. Okay. I'm sure someone would be able to quickly give us something.
Yeah.
And there is also the COVID task force has a pro bono set up where people. So if we're looking at more lengthy relationships, we could probably.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought I'd throw those out there, because we seem to be.
But yeah, if we are flailing for that cover sheet, let me know, and I'll pull the next. It's just that as a faculty member, the last thing you want to do is send out an email all list. Right. But if we get there, we can get there.
Kate's just got a wave of anxiety. I was just thinking of emailing the whole of GBLS there.
Yeah, it's like my one hang up.
Still stands. I'm still happy to do it for you, Kate, if you need me to.
Yeah, mass emails give me anxiety.
Okay, I think that's everyone for today. I'm going to stop. Sorry, does anybody else have anything they need to add?
I just have some questions. I'd like to meet with you to talk about some of your GitHub issues and at what.
I don't have time today.
No, I don't. Okay. No, that's fine. I just want to say we have to have some 209A discussions about what's going to happen, timing on various things.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow afternoon.
You guys can link up offline. The last thing is, I forgot, guys. We are looking for people to join, kind of like who are interested in usability. I put a thing out in the channel, and nobody liked it, except for I think Quentin. So, and he was the one who said we
It
need
was
them.
John. It was John Grant who replied.
John.
who
Oh,
actually.
John.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that Quentin's put some more information in there. If you guys could all just go look at the channel, it's quite a recent message. Basically, it wouldn't just be one person. We're looking for about 2-3 people to work on usability. And it would just be really great if we could get some responses on there. So take a look if you're interested in usability. You get to work with the court usability team. And yeah, I'll wait to see if anyone bites on that tomorrow.
So I have one more question I forgot to ask. Is that are the law students in this project up for doing legal research as well? Yes. Okay. So we have a legal issue that we'd like people to look into. Kate, we're thinking about using the generic motion specifically in the context of 209C. And when you have same-sex, what happens in adoption with same-sex parents and legal parents? And if you want to file a complaint for custody and then use the generic motion for speedy hearing, et cetera, et cetera. So Jeff's going to write that up, but we need some legal research.
Send a memo.
Somebody made a uh-oh sound.
No, I said I sent the memo.
You sent a memo?
So
Yes, I sent a
Lenny
memo.
just jumped on that and said that she'd be interested in researching that. Could I ask you guys to just link up offline, but Caroline, you can specify exactly what you're looking for, the parameters?
I just wanted to ask if we were allowed to ask that, so I will. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can reach out to
I don't
Lenny.
know what a memo is.
It'll come back
know.
with your issue, the rule that governs.
Iraq.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Iraq. Remember, I didn't go to law school.
not like Iraq, like issue, rule, application, completion. Not like the war.
Of course, Iraq.
This is like
Weapons of
Iraq.
mass destruction. What's that got to do with anything? Okay.
I actually bought that book, Weapons of Mass Destruction, on David's recommendation, so I'm really excited to read that. Okay, guys, I'm getting off topic. I'm going to stop recording.